Welcome to Waffles Hardware. Today we are taking a look at the best socket that Intel ever made. Today I thought I'd show you one of my most favorite sockets, and for that I prepared a lineup, an i3, an i5, as well as an i7 or at least an i7 substitute. It's the Xeon E3 1230, the i5 2400 and the i3 2320. Alright, about the Xeon I already made a video and the benchmarks will all be the same, so if you're here for the Xeon I have a special video for that processor only. But I chose it in this lineup because I wanted it to resemble the i7 2600, which has pretty much the same performance. That's why I chose it. The i5 2400 is a quad-core CPU, and the i3 2320 is a dual-core with hyper-threading, and they're all at a different price point, and that's why I wanted to line them up. For the Xeon, we are looking at approximately 30 euros. For the i5 at anywhere between 10 to 15 euros, and the i3 you can almost get it for free. For example, I got mine for free from a local PC dealer because they had just laying them around and they would never use them. But if you want to pick one up, you can expect to pay, like 4 to 5 euros. They're not that expensive. For games that had an integrated benchmarking system, I just synced up the FPS counters, and for games, for example, like Counter-Strike that don't have an integrated benchmark, I just, for example, selected Dust 2 and played around against bots, and in Battlefield 4 I chose a similar area as well as in DAYZ. For all the benchmarks I used a GTX 1070 as well as 8 gigs of RAM, and for keeping the processor nice and cool so we don't get thermal throttling, I used a Corsair H60 all-in-one water cooling. So with all of that out of the way, here are the timestamps for the different benchmarks, and have fun!
Fenstern gegenüber! Hab mich festgenagelt! Da sind noch mehr, siehst du sie? Ich schieße, aufpassen! Noch zwei, links, schalt sie aus!
The results were to be expected in my opinion, especially if you saw the Xeon video. The i5 held up in those games awesome. I mean, it's half the price of the Xeon, so yeah. The only point where it didn't hold up was in Cinebench. Well, it was to be expected with 4 less threads. But yeah, in games, a great pick. The biggest surprise for me was the i3. For €5, so much compute performance. Well, where I live, for €5, you can get one-way train ticket. So yeah, that's a nice perspective, isn't it? If you have any recommendations for the benchmark or specific budget hardware you want to see, just leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more of this content in the future, be sure to subscribe.